action! So with the disappointments of the previous Tell Your Tale specials, I honestly wasn't holding out much hope for the 4th installment. But I went ahead and checked it out, seeing as this was the final fully completed animatic to be leaked. And I was curious to see how it panned out. And after watching the special, I thought it was
Good!
Wasn't great, but it definitely was the best of the Tell Your Tale specials. There were some questionable elements about the special, but overall, yes, it was
Good!
Anyway, let's go ahead and discuss the final Tell Your Tale special, The Greatest Gift. So it's Wishing Time's Day again in Maritime Bay, as indicated by the Mariah Carey music blaring.
What a day, magic everywhere, snowflakes in the air.
Sunny and Co. make plans to visit their individual families, but the rainbow magic hears the pseudo-alicorn mayor's plea for every pony to be together for the holidays, and ends up bringing friends and family together for a celebration at the board trot. But amidst the celebration, Alora's home is disturbed by the influx of ponies and continues her quest for the Nova Charm, leading the snow leopard to take out her frustrations on the citizens of Maritime Bay in a big climactic battle. One of the first things that this special does really well is the pacing. From the intro to the final battle, for example, it only takes about 11 minutes, and the episode for the most part stays on point and keeps the plot rolling at a fairly brisk pace. And by the end, it went by so fast I was never bored and was entertained almost throughout. The opening scene, for example, was a great juxtaposition between Alora's dreams and the celebrations in Maritime Bay. Had it just been Sunny and friends getting ready for the holiday, the intro wouldn't have been as memorable, as we've already seen something similar already from Winter Wish Day. But the fact that we actually get to see some more interaction between Alora and Altero was a great way to show the joy and the tragedy that Alora has experienced. We see a series of cute little slice of life moments of the two celebrating the holidays, giving the winged snow leopard more context for her tragic backstory, and her now cold and brutish behavior, and her endless want for the retrieval of the Nova Charm. The Tell Your Tale episode No Place Like Home gave us our first glimpse into Alora's true motivation for retrieving the Nova Charm, that being using its power to create a portal to return back to her home and brother. And if I may go on a tangent, I'll be honest, when we were first introduced to Alora in Secrets of Starlight, I really wasn't a fan. I know I've used this joke before, but this image pretty much encapsulated my thoughts on her and Opaline in Chapter 6 of Make Your Mark, compounded by the fact that her companion Twitch is just annoying with his incoherent speech. But I will say that she has slowly grown on me. The reason that the audience never sympathizes with Opaline was that she was a tyrant that cared for no pony else except herself, and wanted power for the sake of power, and her quote-unquote tragic backstory was practically nothing but jealousy. Thus, we don't really care about her plight. Alora was transported to a far-off land as a kid, separated from her brother and home permanently. Currently lies in a strange environment that isn't suited for a winged snow leopard with more diverse and hotter weather, which essentially forces her to live in a frozen cave to survive, and unlike Opaline, she does actually care for others like Twitch and her brother. And even after her one ticket home is destroyed, she doesn't go off on a destruction spree to get revenge, but rather just gives up domesticating herself to this life, not for her sake, but to ensure that her rabbit companion is happy and content. As for Altero, we don't get too much from him other than the memories or dream sequences, yet they do share a realistic sibling relationship, with the older brother teasing the younger sister, but does legit care for her when injured or scared, providing food and love, and overall it's really adorable.
Stop treating me like a baby.
Well, you are my little sister.
Oh, please, we're twins. You're like 2 minutes older than me.
Still older, though. I'm always going to look after you, Allie. That's what big brothers do.
Back to Alora, there was one part that was questionable to me, and it was when she attempted to recreate the Nova Charm in her cave.
It's no use. These pieces of the Nova Charm we found don't fit together. There must be more of them.
Oh, we did it! We destroyed a priceless archaeological artifact! Oh,
Wasn't your whole goal trying to recreate the charm and get back to your brother, and you just casually destroy a magical artifact that's your only ticket home? And furthermore, where did she even get those pieces from? We saw in Blocky Walkies that all the pieces were divided up into multiple shards to power up the board trot. So where did these come from? Or did she just locate and steal these off screen? Also, maybe I'm just missing something obvious, but why hasn't she just broken into the board trot at night multiple times and tried stealing the shards then, instead of just going around trying to be all sneaky right now? Either way, this part was dumb. As for the interactions between every pony and their families, it yielded some decent, sweet, and funny moments.
Mission time is up.
Welcome to your nightmare, bitch!
Grandma Piggy?
You can run, Hitchy.
But you can't hide, bitch!
While we don't spend too much time on every pony else, they do get at least one good moment, which is fine as the main focus of the story is Allura and her plight. Though now I'll talk about the absolute best part of this special, the battle. Much like the Petal Gala, this fight scene was very dynamic, ramping up the action as the battle rages on.
Ponies. All I want to do is get out of here.
And not only is this battle dynamic, but it gets pretty intense, especially the scene where Allura takes out her anger on Izzy.
Cold isn't really my favorite. Izzy! No!
I was frozen today! And she's dead! The end!
Damn, that was insane! She was actually trying to kill or severely injure her with that ice attack. That's some Sub-Zero levels of violence right there.
Sub-Zero wins. Fatality.
Wow, that went from 0 to 100 fast. Anyway, Sunny uses their friends' combined power to find out about Altero, gives back the Nova Charm, and the brother and sister are finally reunited. And it's a very cute and emotional moment. With that being said, while I said this special is
Good!
it's unfortunately gonna be completely overshadowed by what happens next.
Is the wishing star falling?
Holy shit!
And now we're gonna talk about this reveal in a completely different video. So yes, that'll be the next MLP video to come out, so stay tuned here to hear my thoughts about the return of Twilight Sparkle. Thank you all for joining, and be sure to like and subscribe for more MLP content. Well, that's it for today, guys. Until next time, MC out!